So that's it. This is Nigeria right now. Action.
Comrade Deji Esquire.
Yes, my brother.
Wow.
Yes.
Nice place you got.
Thank you.
Nice place.
Thank you for
Thank you
having
for
me.
the opportunity once again. Thank you.
indeed.
Please.
Thank you.
The hot seat this way.
All right.
I have to move you out.
All right.
Wow. I'm inspired coming in here.
Thank you.
The arrangements and all of that.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you indeed.
How is Nigeria treating you?
Well, the country is extremely tough. Tough for everybody economically, because the naira is now extremely worthless. The monthly take home can no longer take anybody home. So because of that, it's tremendously very depressing for citizens. And the only people enjoying right now are people in government and maybe kidnappers and bandits.
It's terrible.
Yes.
10 days of rage. We're here now. This is the 7th day,
Yes.
I think. Yeah, the 7th day. So how far and what's next?
I think now, before, government did not know how angry people are. I think the government now has a sense of belonging, if I may use that word, of
A sense of understanding the state of
No, I
things.
think belonging, they now also feel it. Whether they understand it, I don't think so. But they feel it, that people are truly not happy. And they now know that, for a fact, that all is not well with the nation. So having said that, even before the 10 days of protests started, Nigerians were already protesting in their various homes, in the offices, in the market. Nobody hates this government more than market women, because they are more on the receiving end from goods they buy to difficulty in selling the goods, especially for perishable goods. So they are suffering a lot of losses, from point of purchase to the direct buyers. So it's a hectic time. Businesses are folding up by the day. Even international businesses are leaving the country. So it's really a precarious situation.
But the response of the president after 3 days, yeah? It was the 3rd day that he addressed the nation.
Yes.
That speech that he gave, how did you get to respond to it? What's your feeling like? Because you said, that government seemed to have that sense of belonging now. Was that reflected in the speech?
I haven't listened to the president. I feel that maybe the president should not even have spoken. He should not have spoken, because what's the essence of speaking when you further anger the people? You further show aloofness. You further show that you do not understand what the people are going through. That's why I said, yes, there's a sense of belonging, of what the issues are, but whether they understand what the people are going through is another. I don't think the president understands or appreciates what the people in Nigeria are going through, because that speech will have reflected the president calling on the elite and the political actors to begin to make sacrifices for the nation. He gave Nigerians nothing. It sounded more like he was campaigning all over again, And he almost said that the protests were coup plotters, and he tactically justified the murder of protesters because he did not even acknowledge that people died. So his body language was that of, security agencies actually acted well. Perpetrators of the violence, heinous violence crimes, and the wanton killing against protesters should be brought to book. The president should have sent a clear message.
A demarcation between the peaceful protesters and all of that.
Absolutely. As a former Nadeko protester who was protesting, who ran away and went on exile, how can you not see the danger of people violently, quelling protests and suppressing people's rights? So that was quite worrisome for his supposed credentials.
It didn't come out well for you.
No, not at all.
I agree, because so many of us felt like this was a missed opportunity to douse the tension and indeed renew the hope of Nigerians. But that opportunity was missed.
The president dashed the hope of many Nigerians, like he has been doing all along. in the last 1 year. Very unfortunate that the president is not willing to take hints from the Nigerian people, especially from the protesters, as in this instant case. It's also regrettable that the president does not really feel the pulse of the nation, and he does not understand the complexity of how bad the economy is with his policies.
Talking about the protesters, what came from northern end of these protests? Is that what was planned? Because people went out there looting and even flying the flag of another nation as sin and all of that. What's your reaction?
While condemnable, the act of flying flag and calling for military incursion into politics, very condemnable. However, the government has pushed the citizens to the brink. Citizens are completely frustrated. They have no other way out but to protest. We had also warned prior to the kickoff of the protest that government should not recruit thugs to quell protests. That people are now more hungry than before. That if you recruit thugs, the thugs will not go back home. They are going to loot. We had warned the government, but they didn't listen. Even here, right here in the FCT.
So you're saying the government indeed was responsible for the thugs that were released?
Was the one that was responsible for those thugs that was released. Here in the FCT, they even brought thugs to the Moshood Abiola Stadium. That's how brazen these guys can be. So, but you see, they've now seen the implication of using thugs to quell protest because Nigerians are extremely hungry. It's not like before when you release thugs and thugs will go home. The thugs will never go back home. They are going to loot the city dry. So, and this protest has achieved a lot of success.
Has it?
Yes, it has. It shows that truly power lies with the people, and that the people can determine what happens when and how. Because in the last 1 year, they've been so arrogant, we've never seen them this jittery and scared. It simply means that, and the truth of the matter is that government should count itself very lucky and fortunate that this protest had a date, had a venue. The protest that is coming, the real protest that is coming will not be announced. There will be no date, there will be no venue, there will be no time to mobilize soldiers. There will be no time to mobilize...
To take us unaware.
Yes, because in as much as the country continues to go this route where the Akpabios of this world, continue to insult the sensibility of the Nigerian people, continue to say that they will be eating in their houses when people are on the street protesting.
That was insensitive, really.
So, you're going to have the unexpected. Suddenly we'll wake up one day and citizens will be all over the place and there will be nowhere for politicians to run to. Politicians will not even be able to run to the airport. So, my appeal to the government is that government should begin to take drastic steps to eradicate hunger, to improve the economy, to reduce monopoly, where only the Dangotes of this world, get almost everything. The level of incentives that Dangote gets, if anybody gets it in this country, the person will be a billionaire. And the person will also become African richest man. If government gives me the incentive to give Dangote, I'll be richer than Dangote. Because I'm smarter. I'm a better businessman than Aliko. I can tell you that.
You are?
Yes.
Okay, well, that's not our area of focus now.
If government gives me the forex incentives that Aliko gets, believe me, I'll be richer than Aliko.
Okay, but what about the aspect of the call for the removal of subsidy?
Yes.
That we should revert to where we were.
Yes.
Do you subscribe to that? And how possible is it? Is subsidy really gone? Are we not still paying for subsidy?
In fact, we are now paying for subsidy more than ever before. We are now in subsidy Pro Max.
Pro Max?
Yes, because before this government came, we were allegedly paying for subsidy. And we're paying less than about 300 billion monthly thereabout. Now we are doing 900 and something billion, almost about 1 trillion subsidy.
Monthly?
Yes.
And this is unconfirmed, unbudgeted for?
Yes. So...
Unapproved, sorry.
No, supplementary budgets have been presented. And it's unfortunate that allegedly there's no subsidy. We're now paying more, almost triple what we used to pay. And that is why Nigerians feel that revert back to when we're paying the kind of subsidy we were paying under Buhari, when a liter of fuel was 167 naira.
200 and something.
No, 167 naira.
Under Buhari?
Yes, a litre of petrol. Because at the time that Buhari handed over, a litre of petrol was 167 naira. Now, a litre of fuel is about 600 and something, almost 700, depending on where you're buying it from. So why don't you return us back to that regime? Because we're battling inflation, it will help lower our inflation figure since our economy is tied to fuel. So that is the agitation for return of fuel subsidy.
The government is not looking in that direction, clearly.
Yes, government is not looking in that direction, but government is looking in the direction of giving governors more money so that they can loot. Government is looking at the direction of buying rice and putting them in trailers to send to states when you can just solve the problem of the hunger. Government is more interested in tokenism instead of fixing the problem. So Nigeria is not going anywhere with this kind of mentality of government. All over the world, every country provides subsidy for their citizens. So Nigerians are not asking for the impossible.
Yeah, but the president alluded that, even as you have said here now, that the governors receive more funds now. How come we seem to have ignored the place of the governors? What are they doing with the funds released to them? Why are we not holding them to account?
Nigerians cannot hold the governors to account because institutions like the EFCC and others that should be holding government to account do not have the required support from government. Look at Yabelo. Yabelo has eluded the EFCC. The body language of the president is what is protecting Yabelo. Let the president withdraw his support from Yabelo to the EFCC, we arrest him. Our security agencies, we arrest him. So EFCC is not getting the support that it deserves. So you want citizens to go and start catching governors who loot resources? Or do you want citizens to go and be lynching governors? Because I don't understand. You need institutional support to fight corruption. You need institutional support that projects that have been allocated for by state governors that are not being executed, that EFCC can actually arrest them. This is a sitting governor who is alleged to have stolen 82 billion. Everybody in this country knows.
A former governor?
Yes. Everybody in this country knows where Yabelo is. But the president said they should not touch him. It's the president that said EFCC and the security agencies should not touch him.
So you're saying that the president is, while accusing the government, shielding them?
He is the president that is shielding Yabelo.
I'm talking about the governors now. It's not just about Yahya Bello now. The governors that he's releasing more funds to.
The president likes what the governors are doing. That's why last month he gave them 1.3 trillion to share. Then he gave them additional 438 billion to share. They said they should use that money to fight poverty. Have you ever seen where they give a thief more meat to keep?
Or to share?
Or to share. That is the situation with our country. So the president likes what the governor is doing. That's why he removed the subsidy meant for the citizenry and the economy. Because subsidy is meant for the citizens. And subsidy is also meant for the economy, to cushion inflation, to improve the economy. But he feels that, no, the economy does not need it.
So the governors
need it. So that's why he's giving it to the governors.
We'll take a break. This is Nigeria Right Now with Dixon Irobo, and today my guest is Comrade Deji Esquire. We're discussing issues from the 10 Days of Rage and all of it. We'll be right back.
Nigeria Right Now with Dixon Irobo is an amazing pro-Nigeria program that is really, really passionately interesting. And for me, I would want everyone, wherever you are in the world, to pay attention to this particular show, because this show is filled with knowledge, nuggets, and most especially, I just like the passion of the producer of the show and the interviewer, because he comes with passion, he comes with commitment, and he loves this country.
Welcome right back. This is Nigeria Right Now with Dixon Irobo, and my guest is still here, Comrade Deji Esquire. We seem to have embraced the reality in our country that the government of the day seem to be aiding the state of chaos, the state of confusion, the state of economic hardship and all of that. But you talked about Aliko Dangote, who cried out. In fact, who possibly was leading this protest? Because we thought he was going to be on the street, but he has kept quiet now because the president has responded to his demands and all that. How do we approach it further?
Yes, the reason why Nigeria is not moving forward is because of selective activism. You see someone, he will not fight for the rights of others. When Ibeto Cement was being demolished,
yeah,
who is a major competitor of Aliko,
Yeah.
we didn't see Aliko talking like this much. In my adult life, I've never seen Aliko talk this much within a 1 year period. Like the way he's talking.
I was shocked myself.
The guy suddenly became a parrot. Aliko, that used to keep quiet and enjoy his wealth, suddenly became a comrade. And he was granting interview back to back when he was enjoying monopoly and government wanted to crush Ibeto Cement. He never rose in favor or in defense of Ibeto Cement. Nigerians have been enduring this thing happening to him for years. All Nigerian businesses have been victims. How many Nigerian businesses does government support or provide incentives for? It's not everybody that is as lucky as the Aliko. The business of the Aliko is built with the common patrimony of you and I. There's nothing exceptional about these people, you know? So when he opened his mouth and said he did not enjoy any incentive from government, this is somebody that government used to give dollar at exorbitantly cheap rates. This is somebody that the larger chunk of our forex was given to him at the expense of people that wanted to go to hospital abroad, to school abroad, to this abroad, to people that wanted to bring manufacturers.
So Aliko is a major factor, really.
Yes, of course. Majority of the economic problems we have currently is attributed to the mismanagement in CBN, which Aliko benefited from, no matter how you look at it, especially the forex regime. And I'm speaking as somebody who is extremely knowledgeable about these things. Forget the fact that somebody can say I'm not an economist, I'm not this, I'm not that. But I know the inner workings of government. Aliko was that guy that had direct access to the
powers that be.
Not just the power that be, to our economic resources. Look at the steel, he's still...
He has pulled out from that.
Yes, he wanted to do it.
Yes.
But because he saw that incentives was not coming, he pulled out.
But
Look at the incentives he gets for cement in the entire country. It's outrageous. Look at all the waivers Aliko has gotten. No business in the history of this country has ever gotten this
so
amount of waivers.
Are you saying that
in terms of import duty, in terms of all these waivers that he gets?
Yes. The Aliko refinery, the Dangote refinery, are you saying that it will not help in any way the system?
Of course it will help. We cannot, because Aliko is one of the major problems of this country, now say that, oh, we should kill a Nigerian business. We cannot do that. You know, that would be counterproductive. In fact, Nigeria should have those kind of Dangote refineries like 30, so that Nigeria should become the refining hub
for our own crude.
Africa. We should not be struggling with forex. Nigeria should be where people come from. Angola has a refinery. No functioning refinery in Nigeria.
True.
And we have the best Brent crude in the whole world. We have been producing crude almost forever. The United States have 140-something refineries. They can never have forex problem.
126, I think.
Yes. So, no, more than 126.
Okay.
You know, so they can never have forex problem. All our neighbors in West Africa should be coming here to buy petrol.
Not smuggling,
No,
as the case was because of subsidy.
Yes. We should have nothing less than 10, 15 refineries in this country. So there's nothing exceptional about Aliko building a refinery with the help of our money.
But there's a need to protect that very investment.
While I have no problem with protecting the very investment, but I will not be one of those to lead the activism for the right of Aliko, because since he has become very noisy, you know, he should hit the street. If he feels his right is being infringed upon, what stops him from also doing a luta on the street? He should leave the press conferences. He should hit the street. He should go to Igu Square. He should fix a date and do a rally against President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. If he's so touched by the policy, if all of a sudden,
if it is about the people, if what he's clamoring for is really about the people, I get your point.
It's about self.
I get your point.
Aliko,
I get your point.
Self, not about
I get your point. Let's bring it to politics. All that has played out. Of course, protest is not in any way possible to take politics out of protest. It's still politically induced, even though maybe not from a partisan perspective. But what do you see with what is playing out now? The next electionary, because campaign after this year now, politics will commence, if not has started already. Maybe mostly next year it will be all about politics until 2027. What are you seeing in your crystal ball?
I don't see politics in all that is going on at the moment.
The protest?
Yes, I don't see any politics at all in it, because
It may not be partisan, but you can't take away
people
politics
just want
from
to
it.
feed, sincerely speaking.
Yeah, but we saw...
And people can barely feed. That's the truth.
I agree.
And additionally, from people's inability to feed, people also are having so much difficulty from moving from one place to the other without getting abducted in the country.
The insecurity.
And government has not shown this level of seriousness to the insecurity problem like the way they've shown to this protest. The government has taken this protest so serious in terms of architectural mobilization than
they have taken
insecurity in the last 1 year.
I agree.
The body language of the government now is that it's like they enjoy insecurity. It's like it's some form of revenue generation for the government, because that is the only explanation as regards to what we have witnessed in the country in the last couple of days. Because if truly we can get this serious
mobilization
insecurity,
yes, okay,
we should be able to defeat bandits ragtag bandits in Zamfara.
If we can mobilize this way that we did.
You know, so it means government has a capacity,
but fails to engage it.
Government is refusing intentionally, willfully, to actually, you know, secure the country, and that is truly sad. So
politics is not involved in this.
Whether it will eventually become political, because politicians take advantage of everything. You can see the likes of Atiku now issuing strong statements, condemning the violent use of force against protesters. That's what politicians do. They take advantage of everything. Even when somebody dies, politicians will go there to console with them. Even when there is a football match, politicians take advantage of it. So politicians will take advantage of everything, including misfortune, just to score political points and make themselves look good, and also to trend.
Are we in any way going to find ourselves possibly in the next electionary period? Are we possibly going to see Nigerians, you know, come out like this? Because you said this protest has revealed one thing, that the people, power is with the people and all of that. How far can Nigerians engage with this, you know, during election?
Sincerely speaking, Nigerians have to realize that they were the ones that allowed rigging in the last election.
They were the ones that allowed it?
Yes. They were the ones.
How so?
No politician can rig when citizens refuse. You know, so Nigerians, just like this protest, must wake up to their responsibility. The reasons why we have bad leaders is because there are bad citizens. When you refuse to challenge the INEC officials posted to your polling unit, that's when they will write results. But when the INEC officials see the way that people are challenging them, and they know the repercussion of their actions, they dare not. So this protest has shown that citizens have the right to rise up and demand for better. So if citizens also use the electioneering process in 2027 to make a statement like this, then we'll have a better nation.
Okay, let's round up with the aspect of the diaspora influence in this protest. Because even the immigration has declared that there are those who have in place already a lot. When they come in, will be arrested. What's your reaction to that?
That's a childish declaration, if you ask me. The diaspora has not been involved in this protest.
The likes of Showore is out there, not in Nigeria, you know, engaging and ensuring that this protest
is just being Showore. There has not been any loud bang protest in anywhere in the world. During NSAS, we saw thousands gather in London, in New York, in Germany, all over the world. That has not been the case in this protest. So I don't see why they are all getting worked up. You know, it's just lack of. It seems that they do not have much job to do, and that's why they are just dabbling into irrelevant topics. You know, there's really nothing on the diaspora to suggest any influence on this protest. People are just hungry in the country. People want to feed. People can no longer afford even beans. Because beans is like the protein
that the common man enjoys.
Yes, people that cannot afford chicken or meat, they go for beans.
Now it's big man's
So they
food.
use that beans to supplement and to ensure that the diet is balanced. You know, now people can no longer even have the beans.
Even Gary can be afforded.
Gary is now a luxurious item in the market. So those are the issues, those are the sponsors of the protest: hunger, insecurity, corruption, maladministration, bad governance, insensitivity on the part of the leaders. And it still boils down to these immigration issues, that they are insensitive, they do not know that the times have changed. So those are the issues that government should tackle, and we are urging and calling upon the government. The government should be alive to its responsibility. Government should do the needful. Government should reduce hunger. Government should end insecurity, and government should cut cost of governance. Politics should be a part-time job, not a full-time job, and so that Nigerians can have some reprieve.
Okay, the final part will be some pockets of protest is still going on in some parts of Nigeria.
Yes.
What's your reaction? Will you say that this protest should now, because you have rightly said here that the purpose possibly has been achieved, the government's attention has been really gotten and all of that. Those who are still protesting, what will you say to them?
My appeal will still go again to the government.
Not to the people who are on the streets.
No. People have the right to protest, the constitutional guaranteed right. At any time, they can wake up tomorrow and say they want to.
I'm talking about this particular protest.
Yes, they have a constitutional right to protest, to remain on the street. If they say they want to remain on the street for the next 2 years, it's their constitutional right. You can't tell them not to do it. So all these court orders they are getting to say people should do this, should do that, I refuse to make further comments on it. My position is already known on that. Government must do what will make people to hit the streets again tomorrow. Government must be alive to its responsibility. Government must try to make corrections and make amends to see how they can ameliorate the suffering. The hunger is too much. The poverty in the country is too much. The inequality is too much. And the earlier the government solves this problem, the more secure our country will be, because unemployment, hunger, and lack is the reason why there's increase in insecurity all over our country.
And he knows no tribe, he knows no religion,
Indeed.
He knows no political affiliation.
Indeed.
Comrade,
Thank you.
I appreciate you.
Having
Thank you
me.
very much. Thank you. Nigeria right now with Dixon Irebu. Comrade Deji Adeyanju Esquire is my guest. And of course, we have engaged on topical issues that has to do with recent developments in our country. This will be my word out there to every Nigerian, particularly the leaders. Remember that the new anthem, that line that says that we should build a nation where no man is oppressed. If people cannot feed, that's oppression. If people are not secured in their country, that's oppression. If government will use state apparatuses to use against the people because they protest or call out the country or the leaders of the country, that is oppression. And all that we on this platform will always highlight is patriotism. Our leaders should begin to think about Nigerians first, because those who say put Nigeria first, one wonders, can you put Nigeria first when Nigerians cannot feed?